So the last hypothesis that we want to test here is that the average return on the load fund is equal to the average return on the no load fund. Now, SPSS is a little different in how you have to set this up. We actually have to create a different column grouping them into load and no load funds. So what I'm going to do, just for simplicity, I don't really need these combined names. So I'm going to go into this variable view down there, and I'm going to click on variable 5, and I'm just going to delete it. We don't need the combined names, so why look at them? And then I'll show you why I did that. So I'll scroll back up. I just have combined here. So that's the combined returns without names, and then I have them separated into the load and no load as I originally saw them. Now the reason that I did this is so I can see how far down, remember I first copied my no load fund information followed by my load fund information, so I can see how far down the no load fund information goes. So I'm going to go up here and create a new variable and call it no for no load. Okay, and I am going to copy that, Control C, and then I'm going to highlight all the way down, and now I'm just looking to see how far down. This is why I cut it off. I can see that I go to my negative 6.5, and all of those are no load funds, so I'll Control V there, and it'll put in no. And then after that, I'm going to call them low. I could say yes, I don't know. But no and low just have a nice ring to it. So I'm going to call those the load funds, starting at National Convertible Securities. And I can confirm that National Convertible Securities is in fact going to be my first of my grouping there. Okay, so I'm going to highlight this, Control C. Oops. Low, highlight this, Control C, okay, and then highlight these, all of these remaining combined returns, and Control V, and it's just going to copy down the low for load funds. And I'm going to call this new variable. I'm going to go into variable descriptions, and I'm going to call it no low for load and no load. Okay, now I'm going to go back into my data view. Now you're wondering, why did I have to do that? It's already separated. Why did I have to combine them and then re-separate them? It's a very odd function of SPSS, but trust me, this is the way it needs to be done. So now I'll go into Analyze and go into Compare Means, Independent Samples t-test, and I want to select test variable as combined. My grouping variable is going to be no-low, and I'm going to select that there as the grouping variable. Then I'm going to define groups, and group 1 is no, and group 2 is low. Okay, select continue, and then okay. And I had this minimized. Let's maximize that there. Okay, now I have no reason to assume the variances are equal, so I am going to look at the equal variances not assumed. Look at that p-value 2 tail, and that's by looking at that significance 2 tail. That's my p-value 2 tail, and that's 0.274. That is not less than 0.05. So I would fail to reject HO. Now HO was the average return of the load fund is equal to the average return of the no load fund. So if I'm failing to reject that, I'm finding that the average returns of the two funds are equal. So then that's telling me, like, why am I bothering to pay for this management fee? It seems totally pointless. That's what I would conclude from that test. Okay, minimize this and stop the recording.